What separates the Filipinos from the rest? Bakit saan man sa mundo, ang Pilipino ay palaging hinahangaan? Ang Pilipino ay palaging nangingibabaw. At ang Pinoy ay madaling pakikisamahan. Our competitive edge, our attitude. It is the Filipino attitude that separates us from the rest. Welcome back to TATAK Pinoy, the podcast, loud and proud. Ito po ang inyong lingkod, Kabayan Rico, nagbabalik to share with you success stories, hardships, challenges of Filipinos working here in the United Arab Emirates. Welcome back to TATAK Pinoy, the podcast, loud and proud. Hindi lang si General MacArthur ang magsasabing, I shall return, pati na yung TATAK Pinoy nagbabalik. At ito ang maganda, matindi yung bisita natin today. I am talking about Dr. ROMMEL P. Nag-umpisa sa Global Educators Award, nasundan pa ng Educators Award ng The Filipino Times, at bagong-bago yung Pamana ng Filipino Awards. Dr. ROMMEL, welcome to TATAK Pinoy, the podcast. Batiin natin yung mga kaibigan natin, Doc.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat, gabi sa ibang panig ng mundo.
Oo, depende sa oras ng panonood nila.
Naabot ito sa iba-ibang panig ng mundo. Karangalan ko po na maimbita ulit ng ating idol Rico.
I think it's the other way around. No? Kasi yung pag ganitong kaliber na bisita, mahirap itong hagilapin. Ito yung sinasabi na madaling lapitan pero ang hirap hagilapin dahil sa siguro ang hirap ng time management mo, Doc, no? Kasi from personal life to professional life, I know it's not easy to divide 24 hours. Now, Doc, nag-umpisa tayo doon sa Educators Award, di ba? And I strongly believe that 8,000 yung nominees.
Salamat po sa pag-iimbita niyo rin sa akin kasi isa ka dun sa talagang nagbigay ng oras para masabi sa mga kababayan natin na pwede kayong ma-inspire.
At saka sabi nila, Doc, paano ba nagawa ni Dr. ROMMEL yun? 8,000 nominees at saka nasali siya sa 25. No? So ano bang criteria on the selection of this award?
Salamat, Idol Rico, dun sa question na yun. So, nung time na nakita namin na may call for submission, hindi pa namin alam na thousands of people will apply. So, obviously, nag-prepare kami, tinignan namin yung criteria. Ang criteria, napakasimple lang. Unang-una, dapat nagpa-publish ka every year. In the past 5 years, dapat minimum 10 publications. No? So, nagkataon syempre ang Educators Award, hindi lang siya kasi about excellence in teaching. Dapat ginagamit mo yung research mo mismo dun sa loob ng classroom.
Madugo yan. Madugo yan.
So, yung case study method, kung nag-aral ba ako ng isang organization, paano ko dinadala yun sa classroom? Let the students think like employees.
Who organized the award, Doc?
It's Cambridge University, particularly Oxford Journal for Economics and Business Management. Yun po yung pangalan ng organizing group, which is of course housed in Oxford University. So, nung nagkaroon na ng initial calling, there were 3 cases. Nung unang initial na nasabi na na-qualify, hindi pa natapos doon. So, we needed to have
ano ba ang feeling ng isang tao na noong bang nag-submit ng nomination yung school mo is confident ka naman na I can make it?
Ako hindi. Honestly, syempre sa sarili mo gusto mong manalo, pero confident naman, pero hindi na kami nag-expect na, iba kasing nag-expect ka na talaga na dapat makasama ka.
So anong reaction mo nung nalaman mo na, finally!
Kasi hindi pa yan eh. Nung nagkaroon kami ng demo, we had to show them a video how I run classes. Yun ang madugo. Kasi the university really pushed me have 3 or 4 suits that you can have in different classes. Kinunan talaga ng actual footage. So pagdating doon, hindi akala namin yun lang, ipapakita mo lang yung video, magdi-discuss ka lang how it goes. Knowing na may mga tao from Harvard University, from National University of Singapore, I'm proud na
the
galing yan
competition is very tight. You're talking about
top 10
Harvard.
top 10 universities in the world. Some of them represented their own respective schools to throw very challenging questions on us. How do you do this? How do you do that? So akala namin hanggang doon lang sa exhibition ng video, magpe-present ka lang, mag-introduce ka lang, yun na. May interview
25. So, ikaw lang ba yung Asian among the 25?
Apo, I'm the only Filipino, I'm the only Asian.
Proud to be
Happy about that.
Filipino, di ba?
But I know many of Filipinos can do that too. So, makita natin yan sa mga...
What do you think is your edge, Doc? Ano kaya ang dahilan ba't ikaw yung napili?
Ako,
I'm sure you are aware. You're having SWOT analysis.
Yeah, thank you. Ako bilang my PhD is in psychology. The other one is in HRM. So ako, I always believe in emotional intelligence. You carry that over inside your classroom.
Exactly.
Kasi kung talagang puro intelligence lang ang paggaganahin mo, you don't connect to the audience. I don't think ikaw, nag-host ka din eh.
Connection is
Ang
the right word
sa'yo,
there.
I know.
Is yung rapport.
Exactly. So kung wala kang certain connection with the students, no matter how intellectual you are, hanggang doon na lang yun. The students may not be able to appreciate your value.
That explains everything. Now, let's talk about yung pangalawang award mo. Yung the Filipino Times Educator of the Year.
I'm so delighted about this one. Sabi ko nga nung unang interview mo sa akin, how do you feel about that? Ang sabi ko sa iyo noon, to be consistent, and even in the press interviews I have had before, sabi kong ganun, ay, iba talaga pag Pilipino, community mo ang nagbigay sa'yo. It feels good if it's outside the country, pero syempre, parang walang sense of continuity kung hindi ka rin napapansin sa bansa
mismo sa sarili mong...
There must be something wrong, di ba, sir? Kung nakita natin na bakit parang, walang continuity nga, or walang consistency. So, ayun, the feeling is great. I have a very good sharing of this award with Arlene Polido. He's also doing very, very well
din yan.
in the UAE.
Always on fire.
Exactly. More on financial literacy and all that. So, ayan.
Ito pa, Dok, dalawa na, di ba? Ito yung pinakamatindi, yung tinatawag na Pamana ng Pilipino Award.
Apo.
So can you tell us more about the award?
Sure. The presidential awards happen to be given every 2 years only. So imagine you need to wait for 2 years.
Teka muna, Dok. Teka muna. Bago mo i-expound yung award, ipakita muna natin yung proof. Di ba? Pakita natin yung proof. O, yan.
Ayan.
O, ayan na. Klarong-klaro yan. Sabi mo sa akin, 3 years in the making.
3 years in the making. We're in Central Bank, was also part of the committee, deciding on the design and everything. So knowing it's more than 2 kilos in weight, and the design and all that, they really spent a lot of time and expertise on this note. So binibigyan pa lang ng award si Lea Salonga in 2014. 2013.
Nabanggit mo sa akin, Doc, that you are the 4th here in Dubai receiving this award. Sino ba yung nakatanggap nung...
Ma'am Wapa, Dr. Wapa.
Dr. Wapa Kasimi.
Yes, and of course we have Engineer Jovero.
Okay. Mary Jane.
Yes, everybody knows her, very influential. And of course we have Michael Cinco. Michael Cinco is the most recent. Before me, 2014 batch. Magkakaiba sila ng taon eh. Nakita ko sa program.
So, paano ba ito, Doc? What are the criteria?
Ay, nako, magandang tanong yan.
Tanongin natin.
Ang criteria happen to be very simple. First and foremost, in this particular category, there are 4 categories. So, sa Pamana ng Pilipino Award, where Lea Salonga and Michael Cinco shared the same spot in 2014, you need to be a person to bring home certain awards or honors to the country. That's the main that's the main description of the award, and that happens to be individual because some of the other categories happen to be in group, or some categories are explicitly given to what do you call this, banyaga or sa foreigner. May category ganyan. So ang ganda talaga ng presidential award na yan. Nung makita ko, 23 lang kami this year na nabigyan. At it's really an honor to be part of this event because it's This year, it happened to be one of the lowest in number. So makikita mo talaga ang Pangulo ay talagang ini-scrutinize talaga lahat
So yung
yan.
Pangulo mismo ang nag-abot sa iyo sa award?
Ay, opo.
So nahawakan mo yung kamay ng
Grabing
Pangulo.
lambot.
Lambot ba?
It's something I was not expecting. Pero yeah, talagang ano po, at first ay inisip ko baka hindi ako maka-attend kasi ilang beses na nabago ang dates. Dahil alam naman natin kung gaano ka-busy ang Pangulo, di ba? So sabi ko nung una sa father ko, who is a diehard Duterte,
So pareho, yung father mo ganyan din pala?
Pareho lang kami. Sabi ko gano'n, sige pa, ikaw na lang kumuha niyan, hindi ako makapunta.
We have a common denominator sa dad mo. In fact, yung campaign ni President, I made 3 videos campaigning for him.
True. So yan po ang it's an honor for me to have this. Sa criteria na binanggit mo, very good question po, ay hindi lang community service component, although it's part of that. Yung talagang honor na dinala mo sa bansa, how it went, not just internal, but of course there must be international recognition. So Michael Cinco, we all know him. Very much global.
An icon in the fashion industry.
Exactly.
Globally.
Exactly. Same with Lea Salonga. So, mapalbilang ka dun sa lineup na yon, ay pakiramdam ko talaga na dito ba ako dapat malagay? Kasi hindi naman ako performer. Pero sa education, mabuti po nagkaroon.
Ibang klase talaga itong si Dr. ROMMEL P. Pag yung mga ganoong award siguro, lalong matindi yung sahod niyan. Mag-i-increase na ba yung sahod natin yan, Doc?
Hopefully. Alam mo naman. Pero maganda. Ang Canadian University Dubai is very fair in administration.
Okay. That's very good.
Opo.
Ito pa, Doc. Tapos na tayo. Oy, ang bagong-bago pala. Top 100 most influential Filipinos in the globe.
Where I share the limelight with you, by the way, baka makalimutan natin to. This is reality, no? I'm happy to share the spot with you too, sir.
We would like to thank Lelaine of Illustrado for...
Job well done. Oh my God.
This is the brainchild of Lelaine, bringing the Filipinos to greater heights.
I know.
Now, Doc,
yes.
Alam nila na, hindi talaga ito si Dr. ROMMEL, OFW talaga. Nagdaan ba yan sa hirap? Yun ang tanong ng iba. Nagdaan ka ba sa hirap, Doc?
Kung nakita nyo ang story na picture, hindi naman sumalala mo kaya. Pero sa...
Mas matindi pa kaya doon sa NMK ni Banjin?
Hindi naman. Siguro, matindi yung kanya. Sa Balitang Global, nakita naman doon. We used to sell...
Doc, ito, as an OFW, ano ba yung pinakamahirap na experience mong nadanas dito sa UAE?
Sa UAE. Well, other than being away from the family, the first 2 months of my stay here really is unimaginable. Kasi syempre,
it took you 2 months to find a job?
Of course. Kasi nung pumunta ako dito, hindi ko rin nakalain na nakapag-hire na ng faculty. So, I used to be HR manager before I taught De La Salle University way back in the Philippines. So, nabigyan ako ng opportunity na maging HR manager ulit kasi yun lang ang magiging open. Nung time na yon.
Hindi ka ba nahihirapan in an environment where it's a multicultural environment, right?
Yes,
Tapos Pinoy ka.
It is difficult.
Oh.
Yeah, first and foremost, even before I penetrated working here in my current university, it's always something quite odd when a university recruitment officer would ask you, do you have Western education?
Yun.
So, iyan talaga yung alam ko, yung mga kapwa ko Pilipino na nandito na, and experience din nila yan. At marami rin kami na Western educated na din in the process. Kasi I stopped in a way at certain period of time, I needed to be out of the country and study. So, yun din yung isang reason kung bakit kailangan ko mag-ipon dati na in 2011, I had to be out of the country, I had to be in the US and study for my postdoctoral in business.
That's our
management.
sacrifice there.
Opo, exactly. And I needed to be in and out of the country too from 2012 to 2015 for my second PhD. So many people may not know how difficult that is, pero we need to do some
alam mo,
sacrifice.
merong ibang tao na nagsasabi na, Dr. ROMMEL can afford to study in the US kasi maraming pera yan. Mayaman yan. So, hindi ka siguro na alam yung life story mo, Doc, no?
Apo.
Yung sa kabataan ba natin is Kaya ba nating mag-spend ng 50,000 a day?
Ay, definitely no. Definitely not. Lumaki ako sa hirap naman. Kahit nung mga panahon na ini-interview
Totoo ba yan?
totoo yan.
Totoo ba yan, ha? Dumaan daw siya sa hirap. Pakinggan natin. Gaano kahirap, Dok?
Ay, dumaan ako sa punto na elementary and high school, kung wala pa kang mabenta na uling sa tindahan. Tindahan ng uling lang siya. Wala nang ibang laman ng tindahan eh. Yun lang yung kaya naming ibenta. Tindahan ng uling para lang kami mag-survive. Plus, naisip namin, bakit hindi ka gumawa ng sagot gulaman?
Oo.
Diba?
So nag-diversify ka business mo.
Na-news yan kahit ng Balitang Global, nung nanalo ako dito sa Global Educators Award because they found the previous experience
The hardship that you encountered in life.
Yeah. So, maganda nung time na yun, binusisi mo din yan, una tayo nagkaroon na encounter. And I think maraming tao rin na mapupulot na experience na letting the hopeless hope and letting other people think that there's always a way for them to earn only if they will invest in their education or at least source scholarship. Since high school kasi scholar na ako eh. Yun yung proof na I needed to get scholarship on my own because of a lot of difficulties along the way. Yeah. My father used to be OFW pero nung panahon na bumagsak din ng ng Saudi.
So umuwi siya.
At hindi lang nagkaroon ng Gulf War. So we thought he died. Nawala ng communication sa family all along. Some of his co-workers went home and some of them died. So nung wala na kaming balita sa kanya.
So untraceable yung
so how many years that had passed, you know. So we on our own, me being the eldest, burden lagi nasa iyo. Alam mo,
of course, I know.
culture
Yun sa atin. Tayo talagang inaasahan ng mga younger sisters and brothers natin.
Idol legal. Ang difficulty of being the eldest is that you stand like a parent, to your siblings. So yan. I didn't earn things the easy way. I earned it the opposite way, the hard way. At nakita ko yung value ng pagsusumikap. Yung pagkuha ng isang bagay na pinaghirapan, mahalaga yan.
Yun ba mga successful educators and Filipinos like you, Doc? Ano bang mga community service na ginagawa mo on your free time?
Ang ganda ng tanong mo, pambalanse sa mga bagay-bagay, no? So,
kasi baka hindi, unreachable ka na eh. Kasi
walang ganon.
Ang dami ng award dyan, nagpapabayad dyan.
Hindi po. Pero tama yung yung critical thinking question mo. Kasi nasa pagbibigay kasi ang pagtanggap. So sa akin talaga maganda yung statement na yan kasi kailangan magbigay ka. Hindi natin sinabi nasa pagtanggap ang pagbibigay. No, magkaiba. Kailangan magbigay ka sa community kung nasan ka. So I have my own scholarship program in the Philippines. I have in the 10 provinces of Rizal. The same university that provided scholarship for me way back. So sabi ko kasi since high school scholar na ako eh. Hanggang mag-PhD ako.
Yun ang pagbabalik mo.
Hanggang mag-PhD.
Ilan ba yung pinaaral mo ngayon, Doc?
Ngayon po I have 10. 2 of them graduated already. So sa province of Rizal, there are 10 campuses. There are 10 campuses rolled over. Ang very simple lang ang aking rule for selection. Bukod sa weighted average, kinakailangan meron din silang pagsisilbi sa Diyos. So,
yun ang maganda. Dapat pogi sila, di ba? Pogi. Presence of God inside.
Gusto ko yan. So, maganda yung may ganun na I think sa ibang scholarship program ay hindi present. So, yung kinakailangan part din sila ng music or music ministry, Knights of the Altar, and not exactly a Catholic, so pwedeng born again Christian, whatever their religion denomination would be, as long as they have this proof that they have this service to God. They will be part of the scholarship.
That's a worthy cause, Doc. Dito sa Dubai, Doc, ano ba yung ginagawa nating community service?
Dito naman, side by side, I have my own psychosocial services sa ating pong konsulado. Through the guidance of our PCG office, of course, Honorable Raymond Cortez.
His Excellency Paul Raymond Cortez.
Is very, very much helpful. Si Congen ay very, very much shedding light on the issue of, hey, we think we can do this. So the moment we approached him, sinabi niya agad, sige. So we're doing some sort of skills enhancement training program for ATN employees. So that when they face a typical Filipino wanting for help, yung tinatawag po nating afflicted OFW, whether they have gone through a termination, illegal termination by the employer, battered wives, for example, or rape
Battered
kids,
husband.
or husband, wag natin kalimutan yan.
Para fair.
Totoo
Para
yan.
fair.
We come into the rescue. Opo. So ilan lang yan sa mga ginagawa namin ngayon. May mga buwan na kinakailangan kami, like itong tinatawag natin na ADHD Awareness Month. We launched series of educational programs for both parents and parents and teachers. So malaking bagay yan sa kababayan natin dito.
Doc, as an OFW here, I'm sure you notice marami tayong mga Filipinos na misguided as far as finances. Kaya nga, andito pa 15 years, 20 years. Anong advice ang pwede mong maibigay sa kanila?
Ako po kasi talaga is a person who is not just a believer that whatever you do on the job, it's the best that you can do and that's it. You need to go out of your comfort zone. So part ng financial literacy program, siguro maganda yung meron ka ring ibang pinagkakaabalahan. So ako sa case ko, I'm involved side by side in MLM.
Oh, okay.
So sa multi-level marketing.
That's very
it's
good.
Also important to
That's a shortcut
yes.
to achieving our dreams.
Kasi naman kung ikaw lang naman ang isang typical empleyado, you don't own the company at all.
Nothing will happen.
Exactly. So you need to...
Ikaw nga na you are receiving 35,000 a month, hindi pa nga satisfied. How much more for an ordinary...
May amount talaga, no? Para kasi...
ayaw niyang umamin kasi takot utangan eh.
Ganun ba yun? Ay, matitino naman ang mga Pilipino natin dito, no? Yung pagyak ko hindi doon sa salary. Maraming mga cases talaga na hindi natin nakikita na may mga paraan pa para kumita tayo ng pera.
Exactly. Aside from MLM, meron tayong mga real estate. You can be an agent.
Exactly.
Ang dami na rin nagkapera dyan.
Pwede bang sabihin?
No problem.
I am a broker sa SNDC. Although hindi na ako ganun ka-active unlike in the previous pero I was in that phase na talagang nung sagan.
You mentioned two money-making ventures there already. I'm just surprised. How can you manage your time? Meron ka pang multi-level marketing, meron ka pang SMDC, meron ka pang...
May research ako, may teaching ako.
May asawa ka ba, Doc?
I am a single parent.
Single parent. So, walang mag-complain kung wala kang time. So, that explains why you can indulge in this business kasi walang mag-complain. Walang violent reaction on one side.
Pero syempre, taking care of your own kid because my kid is with me. That's another side of the story. Ang maganda po sa iba nating mga kababayan na nandito na rin po sa Dubai, alam nila yung need na kung saan talagang the way you multiply your time and effort, that's the only way you can have an extra income. So, tatanda ka talaga sa nasang profession ka pag hindi ka magre-reinvent. You need to reinvent
Exactly.
So, maganda yung mga pointers na binanggit mo kanina and at the same time, na-share ko rin na information. So, mahalaga yan. Hindi lahat ng gusto mo, kailangan bilhin mo rin.
Yung separation between needs and wants, yun ang problem doon.
Exactly. It's very important.
Yun nga, I can still remember, sabi ni Amba, Grace Relucio Princesa. Karamihan yan sa mga OFW daw, walang ipon pero may iPhone.
Ganda.
Walang laman ang wallet pero may tablet. Yun ang separation between needs and wants. Kasi kung pantawag lang, Nokia 3210 is okay. You can call your family. Bakit? May diferensya ba yung iPhone at saka 3210 kung kausapin mo yung asawa mo? Hindi naman. I don't think so. Di ba? So yun ang problem talaga. Doc, it's a pleasure to have you today.
Of course.
Very busy.
It's an honor to be part of the show as always.
Grabe, no?
Salamat po sa inyo.
Bihira na natin makuha yung Global Educator Award. Belonging to the top 100 most influential Filipinos in the Gulf region, yung educator pa ng TFC at yung Pamana ng Pilipino, all rolled into one dynamic and committed Filipino to serve the community. Dr. ROMMEL P. Maraming salamat.
And congratulations din.
Welcome to the Spotlight segment of TATAK Pinoy Loud and Proud, the podcast. If you've been reading the daily or weekly issues of the Filipino Times, I'm sure you are aware that we have the beauty pageant known as Pinay Beauty 2016. Kasama po natin ang nanalo. Measuring 33, 26, 34, and tips the scale at 53 kilograms. The one and only GENEVIEVE Martinez stands 5'2" in height. Ito na, katabi ko na po. Batiin natin yung mga viewers natin, Jen. Or April pala. No, dalawa yung palayaw mo.
Dalawa po.
Sige, batiin natin yung mga admirers mo pati.
Wow. Hi to everyone. And sa mga sumuporta po sa akin, thank you po for being there all the way. Since March and the beginning of the pageant until the end, you guys were there. So, thank you guys.
When you joined the most publicized beauty pageant, ang daming mga sumasali, di ba?
Truly.
A lot of ladies aiming for top honors, 150 down to 60 and 14.
14 na.
Di ba? Nakikita mo ba yung sarili mo, na-visualize mo ba na ako yung mananalo, dapat sasali ako?
Actually, I never really saw myself as winning the pageant. I joined the pageant though to gain experience, of course, as it's my first time as well.
How did you prepare for the pageant?
I didn't have any handlers, so all I did was watch YouTube.
No handlers.
No, I didn't have any handlers. So I was also observant of my co-candidates. They were all good, so I had to observe them well, and I have to see how they walk, and I had to learn from them as well, and I asked them as well how to do it. So
I am impressed. A candidate without a handler won the competition, and she did it by herself.
Yeah.
What was the competitive edge that you showed during the competition, especially during the grand finals?
Wow, the grand finals. Actually, I think everyone was telling me that my edge was over the Q&A. So I was a little down about the ramping and all that, but
You're not comfortable doing the
no, because
catwalk?
No, the catwalk I wasn't
Vince
good.
can teach you how to do it perfectly.
No, with regards to the catwalk and everything else, I wasn't the best, but I think my edge over was the question and answer. So I really did my best in there.
What was the question given to you? For the benefit of those who failed to watch I wasn't able to watch because I left early. I went to church because I MC the raffle at St. Mary's during the time. So isa ako sa pumalpak. So why don't you share to us the question?
The question was asked by the judge Ezra Santos,
Okay.
and he asked me, how would I promote the Pinay Beauty to expats here in Dubai?
Okay, and what was your answer?
The
The winning answer.
Let me try to remember. I told them that I can promote the Pinay Beauty here, first of all, by telling them about our country and how hospitable we are and how welcoming we are. And secondly was Pinay Beauty with beauty and heart can face all challenges and can triumph all obstacles which comes on her way. And that was what was it? I thanked them that I told them that the true Pinay Beauty, which we are celebrating that day, that night, was through the Filipino Times Pinay Beauty pageant.
What was the most enjoyable experience you had joining the pageant?
Wow, that was meeting my co-candidates, of course, and making new friends with them, learning from them. But what I enjoyed the most was traveling.
Traveling. And I'm sure Vince accompanied you on some dining establishment. So
Yes.
you never gained weight? Or you're watching your diet?
I had to watch my diet, of course. 1 week before, I had to really start my diet because it wasn't the same as before. So I had to put on diet.
I'm just curious, April, now that you have the limelight, when you walk outside, people can easily spot you as, oh, the winner of the TFT Beauty pageant. And not only that, the eyes of the single men are on you. Are you comfortable with it?
For me, it's okay. I mean, nothing changed. I'm still the same. So whenever I go out, people are, of course, congratulating me, and it's overwhelming, of course, and it's a great honor to be the first Miss TFT Pinay Beauty. But nothing has changed. I'm still the same. So
Same April?
Same April. Even if I walk out the door, I would still be me. I would say hi. I would greet you guys. So nothing to worry about. And with regards to single men,
Do you have a boyfriend, if you don't mind my asking?
yes, I do.
You have a boyfriend?
I do, yes.
Okay, I'm sure you are aware that some ladies have problems with regards to joining the competition because normally boyfriends don't allow them to join the competition. In your case, your boyfriend allowed you to join the competition?
Yes, he was actually the one who asked me to join this pageant and motivated. You can say that he was a bit my handler. So yes, he was a bit of a handler.
That's very good.
He was the one who asked me to join this pageant. He's the one who was campaigning for voting online. He did everything mostly. So advice for them is...
Oh, yeah, as the winner of the competition, I'm sure next year there will be another beauty pageant. It's going to be bigger, and
For sure.
pageantry would be at its greatest peak. So what advice can you give to ladies aspiring to be like you?
Wow. This beauty pageant, it's not your ordinary pageant, of course. It's a long way run, and you don't have to be just beautiful. You have to be confident. You have to have the intelligence, of course, and most importantly, you really need to be confident about yourself, because if you are not confident about yourself, then you would have a hard time to persuade other people that you are beauty inside and out.
Ladies and gentlemen, approve. Beauty, brain, and talent all rolled into one pretty frame. April Martinez.
Yeah.
April, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And send my regards to the Filipino Times family.
Thank you, Filipino Times family.
Bisita po natin ngayon sa Tatak Pinoy, the podcast, is the founder of United Cebuanos, Mr. Wendell Castro. Del, welcome to Tatak Pinoy.
Maayong gabi,
Oh, may gabi. Batiin naman natin yung mga friends nating nanonood ng Tatak Pinoy, the podcast, loud and proud.
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Maayong gabi sa inyong tanan. And thanks for having me here sa Tatak Pinoy Abroad.
Del, some people are asking about United Cebuanos. Ano ba talaga ang organization na ito? Is it for the Visayan speaking alone? And speaking of Visayan speaking, hindi lang naman taga Cebu, di ba? We have from Mindanao, Cagayan de Oro, Davao. So, can you brief us, who are qualified to be members of United Cebuanos?
Okay. United Cebuanos was started way back in 2012. Okay. And the purpose of this organization is para mag-gather natin yung mga Cebuanos. At first, we started with Cebuano speaking, but eventually, due to some masasabi natin, pag sinabi kong kulon, hindi mo maintindihan, di ba? If you're coming from Butuan or Nasipit, we made it very specific na. So that's we started with one Cebu. But since the name is very political, we changed it to United Cebuanos.
Okay, that explains the name.
Who can be a member of that organization, the United Cebuanos? Siyempre, yung pinanganak sa Cebu, nag-asawa ng Cebuano or Cebuana, tumira sa Cebu for over 5 years, meaning to say, nag-aral sa San Carlos, UP, University of Visayas, and then yung nag-migrate na from Mindanao to Cebu.
Okay. So that means na hindi pala pwede na kung taga Davao ka or you're from Iligan, pero hindi ka nakapag-stay sa Cebu for 5 years.
Yes, yes. Actually, it's correct, Rico, because we want to avoid, discrimination, especially pag nag-uusap-usap kami. And if I'm talking about Compostela,
Para di mabaligyasan.
yeah, paradisan mabaligya. That's the point. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm sure a lot of people are aware that United Cebuanos is the prime mover of what we call Sinulog Festival here in the United Arab Emirates. Can you tell us more about it? I can still remember 5 years ago you started the thing.
That is right, Rico. Actually, the Sinulog Festival is a big celebration in Cebu. Okay, we're in.
It's a world-class festival.
Festival.
When it comes to permits of holding the events here, Del, wala bang pinagbabawal bago kayo bigla ng permit?
Actually, when we applied for the permit, nabanggit nga talaga doon na religious practices are not really allowed, no? So we are very careful with that. Doon kami nahirapan sa pagkukuha talaga ng permit dahil sa number one, yung proseso niya is quite tedious talaga. But talking about other concerns in Rico, like mga difficulties talaga, doon kami nagkakaproblema sa pangangalap ng financial assistance for running the activity or the event.
Isa talaga yan sa problem when it comes to the event organizers getting sponsors, lalo na pag medyo tagilid, no?
That's right.
Kasi tagkumpisa ng taon, normally advertising agencies and even companies kakaumpisa pa lang ng budget nila.
That's right. Yeah.
So not unless you are actually talking to direct persons who can immediately decide, di ba?
That's
Pero
right.
pag wala, nako, mahirap talaga. Del, you've been organizing Sinulog for 5 years already, di ba?
That's right, yeah.
Ano ba yung pagkakaiba sa Sinulog last year at saka yung Sinulog ngayon?
Okay. With the recent plan for Sinulog 2017, ginawa namin tong kaaya-aya for all those tinatawag nating like for example the hair and makeup artists, the fashion designers, and the beauty queens, no? Sila yung mga forefronts ng Sinulog Festival. Tawag namin ngayon is Miss Sinulog.
Miss Sinulog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
Kasi yung last year
Festival Queen.
Festival Queen.
That's right.
Okay. So that means na binago na talaga.
That is right. And ginawa namin, not only the ladies ang ma-showcase doon, including na doon yung nagpaganda sa kanila.
Designers.
The designers.
Okay. What about the makeup artists? Hindi ba
Same.
kasali na rin?
They will be featured din dun sa main event.
Okay.
Okay?
Ano pa bang problema aside from venues and permits? When it comes to information dissemination, I think there's no problem because social media plays a vital role now.
That's right.
Kaya medyo marami talagang nanonood ng Sinulog,
That
diba?
is right. Actually, Rico, good thing about the Sinulog Festival is yung market niya is very specific. Not to differentiate the Tagalog and the Visayan-speaking Filipinos. Ito talaga yung masasabi nilang kanila eh. So that's why marami talaga, sinusugod talaga siya. And those mga kababayan din natin from Luzon areas, even the foreigners, they would love to see the celebration kasi they want to know what's in Sinulog Festival. Bakit dinadayo siya ng ibang bansa to Cebu, something like that, di ba? So that's good thing about the Sinulog Festival.
Meron lang akong isa pang concern, and not really a concern, pero may tanong lang ako because we are bombarded with a lot of beauty pageants here in the United Arab Emirates. Ano ba yung pagkakaiba ng ibang beauty pageant at saka beauty pageant na itong darating na Sinulog festivity?
Okay, number one is we are looking at the beauty and the brain of a Filipina. That's
Okay.
one. Number two, we would like to showcase the craftsmanship of the fashion designers. Ito yung mga fashion designers na hindi pa nakikita talaga, hindi pa lumalabas. And we will be showcasing them. And ito pang pinaka-importante, yung nagpaganda sa kanila, the hair and makeup artist.
So it's a win-win deal. It's
That is
not
right.
just yung mga the beauty of the participants
Only,
themselves,
yeah.
but the makeup artists and those designers as well.
That is right, yeah. So we are giving them the opportunity to be known and binibigyan din natin sila also ng exposure para makilala. Maybe
Okay.
the future Michael Cinco of
Yeah, the next Panoorin.
something like that, yeah.
Then, meron tayong mga friends dyan na they are actually aware of the existence of United Cebuanos. So, sino bang halimbawa gusto nilang mag-join the organization? Sino bang isang taong pwede nilang lapitan?
Okay, for joining the United Cebuanos organization, our current president is si Ma'am Charito Alvorte.
Okay.
And she's very active in the community. Lagi mo siyang nakikita
Yeah, of
dito,
course.
right? Yeah. So, siya yung nanay namin ngayon. Okay? And me being the advisor of the organization, of course, hand-in-hand kaming pinapatakbo yung organization together with the elected officers.
By the way, Wendell used to be the chairperson of the PID celebration. Anong taon yun, Del?
Year 2014.
And aside from that, he's also a businessman, a loving husband and a father to cute kids, and a business owner as well. Dahil ang daming mga OFWs na gusto talaga nila magnegosyo.
Okay.
Okay? Kasi nakikita nila na from restaurants to engineering, logistics, ang daming mapakitaan dito sa United Arab Emirates. What advice can you give to Filipinos who would like to be entrepreneurs here in the United Arab Emirates?
Actually, Rico, one thing I would like to what shall I say, to give them the idea na ang pagninegosyo ay hindi siya ura-urada. It's a process na kailangan mo talaga matutunan, and then focus on something na gusto mong gawin.
Okay.
If you love to meet people, then do selling.
Yung may alam ka.
Yung may alam ka. But to tell you honestly, wala akong alam about technology, but it's my passion, my drive. So I'm into smart automation right now, access control system, because kinahiligan ko siya. So, meaning to say, huwag kang pumasok sa isang negosyo na dahil lang napilitan ka or something like that, or gusto mo lang talagang magtayo ng negosyo. Do business na alam mong masaya ka, and it's your passion talaga na eventually kahit mahirapan ka, but still you will move on. So that's my advice to them actually.
Thank you, Del. It's a pleasure to have you with us here on TATAK Pinoy, Loud and Proud. Maraming salamat. We look forward to see you on Sinulog Day.
Thank you, Rico.
Welcome back to another segment of TATAK Pinoy, the podcast, Loud and Proud, Small Time, Big Time. If you're always traveling here in Dubai, MPQ Tourism rings a bell. Now, makikita natin sa face ng camera ang maganda, mayaman, mabait, matulungin. Ano po magsasabihin mo? Ito yung kamukha ni Yeng Constantino, si Madam MALOU PRADO, Managing Director of MPQ Tourism. Welcome to TATAK Pinoy, Madam.
Yes.
Batiin natin yung mga viewers natin, Madam.
Yeah, good evening sa inyo. This is MALOU PRADO. I'm the CEO of MPQ Tourism.
Madam, kilala ka dito sa Dubai, especially in the business sector, as mayaman. Pero hindi nila alam kung paano ka nag-umpisa.
Yes, marami.
Dumaan ka ba sa hirap, Madam, when you arrive here in Dubai?
Talagang dumaan sa hirap.
Ano ba yung una nating kahirapan dyan, Be? Tingnan natin kung makonvince ba ako na mahirap ba yan?
Dumating kami dito ng 2005 as a tourist visa. Then, kumbaga, wala kang daratnan. Then, lahat kami dito, tourist visa sa isang flat, 25 packs.
25?
Yes.
Kasama na yung inspirasyon mo sa buhay. Nung
Hindi
time
pa.
na yun, hindi pa.
Pero tourist visa ako, kinuha ko siya.
Ganun
Kaya,
ba? Ang sarap naman ng buhay ng inspirasyon mo. So, ano yung unang trabaho natin dito, Madam? Teka muna, Madam. ilang buwan kang naghahanap ng work bago ka na-employed?
1 year.
Ah!
Yes.
Ang haba din, pareho pala tayo, no? Oo.
Ang dami
So-
kong pinasukang trabaho.
Ano yung una mong pinasukan na may sahod? Oh.
May sahod
Oh,
talaga.
may sahod talaga.
Nung una kong pinasukan ay yung sales lady,
Magkano ang sahod natin noon, sales lady?
2,000.
2,000.
Pero sa Batuta Mall yun.
Tapos ikaw pa yung, libre na ba yung bahay o hindi
Hindi,
pa?
walang libre.
So, ano yung expenses mo during the time? Magkano yung natin, bid space?
Nagbabayad kami 700 dirhams.
700. So,
Plus
2,000 minus 700 dirhams, wala na, 1,300 na lang.
Tapos,
Paano yung transpo mo? Libre ba?
hindi.
Hindi din. Magkano yung transpo during the time?
Ang nagka-car lift kami.
Magkano yung car lift natin?
Mga 350.
350. So, 1,300 minus 1,300, 950 na lang. Ang pagkain natin, madam, magkano?
Siguro mga 200 to 300.
Pagkain. So, 950 minus 300. So, wala. 600 na lang. So, wala kang pinadalhang tao sa Pilipinas, madam, on that time?
Pinapadalan ko yung anak ko.
So, magkano yung pinapadala mo? Granting na 600 na lang yung natitira.
Siguro mga 5,000.
5,000. So, 500 yun sa 450, right? Probably. So, hirap. Ganon.
As in, nakakatuwa nga kasi nga, nung nanganak ako, January, then nag-renew na agad ako ng passport. Within 3 months, pumunta na ako ng Dubai.
Oh, so ganon dali yung burning desire mo to work in Dubai.
Kasi nga, syempre sa Pilipinas, sobrang hirap.
Okay. So, paano yun, madam? Satisfied ka na? I'm sure, hindi. Kaya medyo, nung ilang months ka na nag-work doon sa level na yon, yung 2,000? Umabot ka ba ng 1 year or?
Hindi rin, kasi hindi rin kami na-employed eh.
So ano yun?
Namin
Part-time?
Hindi namin alam na hindi pala siya pwede mag-visa. Then, nagpasok naman ako waitress sa isang Chinese restaurant.
So, pagpasok mo sa waitress sa isang Chinese restaurant, magkano naman yung sahod natin?
1,500.
Lumiit, lalong bumaba.
Ang dami ka kompetensya.
Tapos yung expenses mo, bumaba ba?
Oo.
So,
Hindi. Nag-bus na lang kami. Sa Dera lang yun.
Dera lang yun. So, medyo bumaba yung expenses mo, pero bumaba naman yung income mo.
Ang lang doon, libre pagkain.
Libre pagkain. So, 1,500. So, lalong bumaba.
Kapit sa na yun eh. Talagang competition ng labanan.
Madam, ano ba yung pinakamahirap na situation na na-experience mo dito sa Dubai?
Ang pinakamahirap nga yung sa status ng isang tourist visa dahil nga wala kang relative na matakbuhan.
So, ikaw lang talaga dito, walang relative?
Meron kami mag-asawa.
So kayong dalawa lang?
Siyempre, nagsisimula pa lang
Oo.
kayo, nag-start kayo sa, nag-start lang kayo, then, ang pinaka-worst nga, dalawa kami sa double deck, sa taas pa kami
Oo, yun ang mahirap,
yun
no?
ang kumbaga nagtitipid ka, dahil nga kada space dito, may bayad.
Mahal talaga yun, no? Mahirap yun, walang relative. At saka yung friends natin, hindi mo rin maaasahan kasi naghihirap din, di ba?
Kasi may kanya-kanya rin tayong needs dito. Lahat naman nagbabayad.
Madam, ilang years kang nag-work as OFW? Overworked, financially weak. To another OFW, which is overpaid, financially wealthy. So, ilang years ka bago nag-establish ng business mo?
Dati, nag-Taiwan kami, 5 years kami sa Taiwan.
Okay. From here?
Hindi, from Philippines.
From Philippines. So,
Then, nag-decide na kami na mag-Dubai, ako muna. Then, 2005 yon. Then, 2008, employed ako sa isang company. Ang pinakamaganda nun, kasi merong yung kapatid ko,
Si Michelle?
Oo, yun.
So, nauuna si Michelle dito? Or,
Ako kumuha sa kanila, sila yung mga unang nagkatrabaho.
Okay.
Kaya tapos nirecommend niya yung kaibigan niyang lokal na naghahanap ng staff. Ginawa niya akong travel desk sa isang hotel. Then without experience, pero sa sa sarili ko, pinatunayan ko. Inaral ko kung ano yung mga procedure, ano ba yung line ng work na yon.
Yun ang advantage talaga pag Filipino. If you are incompetent in a certain field, you are willing to learn in order to be competent. That separates Filipinos from the rest.
Ayun, nakita niya kung nagpanik ako ng ano sa kanya, ng kliyente, araw-araw may guest kami.
So, kumita yung company niya because of your effort.
Yes, tapos nag-establish na siya ng sarili niyang company, ginawa niya akong travel manager.
Oo, nga ganda. So, manager na, di ba? So, magkano na ang kitaan natin dyan?
Ang ano doon, pinagkatiwala niya sa akin lahat ang mga management. Ako kumuha ng tao. Then, ang arrangement namin, sabi niya, sige, sa'yo lahat ang expenses, then give me profit. Di ba? Take the risk na lang. Pero, ang kagandahan, yung full trust, nakuha ko.
Yun ang maganda.
Then, nung minanage ko na, nag-click talaga ang business niya. Kaya tuwan-tuwa siya.
Travel still.
Yes,
Travel and tourism.
Kaya natutunan ko yung lahat ng bagay doon sa field ng travel and tourism.
So, kailan mo inumpisahan yung sarili mong travel and tourism business?
Inumpisahan ko yun kasi merong time na nag-recession that time. 2008.
Yun ang pagdating ko dito.
Ayun.
I left Saipan because recession, pagdating dito, ganoon din para same scenario. Yun ang time, kaya nag-exitin ako ng 7 times.
Yung hindi niya na rin yung license. But the thing is, andyan yung husband ko, ginawa niya, nasa niya ako, nag-home-based agent ako.
Yun ang maganda, di ba?
Home-based.
Yung expenses mo minimal.
Then, lahat ng aking market at client, dala ko.
So, yung market mo during that particular time, Madam, Filipinos ba lahat?
Filipinos. Andun yung trust nila eh, kasi ang services ko kahit na nasa bahay ako, pero on the go, andun yung talagang yung transaction. Tinutupad ko sa kanila kung ano yung binigay na, halimbawa, nagpa-visa sila, nagpa-ticket, andoon talagang walang palpak. Andun yung honesty ko sa kanila.
Yun ang maganda. So, kailan nag-umpisa talaga na nag-opisina ka na doing that business?
2013, kasi medyo sa 5 years ko sa home base, medyo naano ka na eh, yung parang na-bored ka na o kaya naghahanap ka na ng anong sa sarili mo. Then naghahanap na yung client ng opisina. Yun, pero at least doon sa 5 years, may naipon na kaming pera. Na handa na kaming
magsarili na. You have your own investment to start the business. Hindi yung maglo-loan ka pa.
Hindi. Doon ko kinuha, kasi meron naman talaga kaming ipon na. Dahil nga wala naman akong overhead. May tinitira ako sa doon talagang kung ano yung kinikita namin.
Just to inspire OFWs, Madam, kaya ba natin i-divulge yung magkano yung naipon mo during the time?
Siguro mga mga 2 million like that. But ininvest ko rin sa Pinas.
Pero maganda yun, di ba? Instead of trying to spend it just to make yourself look good, no? May reason kang pinukunan mo sa negosyo, di ba? On a monthly basis, magkano yung savings mo na? Net
mga 40.
40. So 40, that means kung 40,000 per month times 12 times 5 years, yun ang naipon mo, no? Kaya pala you started your business without even applying for a loan and asking a partner to support you financially. Yun ang maganda.
Yun ang maganda kasi talagang papahalagaan mo yung negosyo mo dahil nanggaling yung sa pinaghirapan mo.
At saka ba the advantage there is you don't have to consult your partner on decision making.
Yes.
Yun ang maganda.
Kasi sa ganyan, sa license ba, yun ang pinakamahirap na kapag yung partner mo, medyo nakikita ka, kumikita, pero syempre meron din siyang decision. Kokontrahin ka rin niya, pero dito sa amin, ang partner ko, husband ko.
Husband lang,
Kasi siya yung nagbigay
Tsaka ang bait ng husband mo. Kilala ko yan. Siya yung tipong husband na magsasabi na, I am the head of my family, whatever my wife says shall be done.
Financial controller. Siya yung financial controller namin.
Yan pala ang sikrito para mag-succeed sa business.
Kailangan meron kang leadership character.
Okay, ano
Kasi
pa?
kapag nag-handle ka ng tao, kailangan marunong ka mag-manage, makisama, at mag-balance. Honesty, kailangan
Oh,
yan
yun.
sa mga
Dalawa.
kliyente. Customer service, then yung kailangan ambitious ka. Tsaka yung strong ka. Kasi
strong
may
ka.
mga difficulties yan eh. Sa pagtatayo ng negosyo, tsaka yung marunong ka rin talaga sa pera.
Yun ang importante talaga. Hindi ka maluwag. Oo.
Talaga.
Ngayon, Madam, anong advice ang maibigay mo? Na-mention na yung traits, di ba? Anong advice ang maibigay mo for them to be a successful entrepreneurs in the future?
Sa mga kababayan ko at OFW dyan, kapag meron tayong pera, just save lang kahit paano para sa sarili natin. Huwag natin ipadala sa Pinas lahat. Kasi in the future, Middle East to, UAE, wala naman tayong citizenship, babalik din tayo sa Pinas. At saka dito, halimbawa, pag merong nangyari sa'yo, na recession or na unemployed, handa ka sa mangyari. Tsaka isipin natin na hindi tayo permanent dito. Yung ating pinaghirapan, ilagay natin sa tama. Yun po.
Maraming salamat, Madam. I'm sure nire-record ng ibang mga OFWs yan para ma-realize nila how important saving is and preparation ang kailangan talaga for you to be as successful. Hindi lang, karamihan kasi, although may mga kaibigan tayong may pera, pero bakit pumalpak? Di ba? Kasi hindi nila kabisado yung negosyo. Yun ang problema.
Huwag kayong pumasok sa negosyo na hindi nyo alam or na-encourage lang kayo sa iba dahil nakikita nyo. Pero kumbaga hindi nyo gamay. Malulos lang kayo. Mahirap dito lalo na kapag nagkaroon ka ng problema or nalugi, di ba?
Madam, maraming salamat in behalf of TATAK Pinoy, the podcast Loud and Proud. Marami pong salamat, Madam.
Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome to What's Hot, What's New. It's another segment of TATAK Pinoy featuring the latest here in Dubai. We have with us tonight, I call this combination as perfect 10. Number 1 at saka 0 daw. Irene, the marketing specialist of Dagatan. Batiin natin yung mga kaibigan natin.
Magandang buhay mga kabayan. Sabi ng mga networking is magandang umaga kahit gabi. Sa akin is always magandang buhay because there's always a good life whatever we have right now.
Yeah, maganda yan. Good more earnings, di ba?
Yeah. Thank you, Sir Rico.
Irene, Dagatan is normally associated with sea. Ang ibig mo bang sabihin na seafoods lang ba talaga ang isi-serve ng Dagatan?
Actually, no, sir. Dagatan because, water is a refreshment. So, nag-come up kami with the word Dagatan is because it's not only purely seafoods. But actually, it's 50% to 60% seafoods and the rest are chicken and beef.
Okay, that's good to hear. Now, there are a lot of establishments here in Dubai offering seafood specialty as well.
Yes.
Ano ba yung pagkakaiba ng mga luto, putahe ng Dagatan?
The best actually.
Malalaman natin yung mamaya?
Yeah, number 1 is you should try to visit us and alamin nyo kung ano ang aming mga sikreto. And number 2 is it's always a mouth-watering food. Talagang yummy and kilig to the max ang aming mga pagkain. Actually, ang kaibahan namin sa ibang restaurant is number 1 is the price. Number 2 is the ambience. Wala po kayong masasabi sa ambience namin. May pagmamalaki ko ang ambience namin is one of the best. Whatever environment you want, whether it's a silent environment, a romantic environment, we can do that for you guys at the very affordable price.
Ang ganda naman. Mamaya malalaman natin talaga yan. You know, budol fight is a trend now.
Yeah.
Lahat siguro na restaurants dito sa Dubai now are offering budol fight. And I notice it's not part of your menu. Are you planning to offer budol fight in the future?
Yeah, actually, we do have a budol fight.
Meron na ba? Kasi
meron
nung
na kami.
last week.
Yeah, last times we have, but we're going to promote it on a separate way. But we do have a budol fight. Ang kaibahan ng budol fight namin is, di ba makikita nyo sa dahon or sa something like nasa lamesa, nasa dahon ng banana leaf. Ang sa amin is bilao.
Akala ko shell.
Actually, we're planning that. But alam mo yung TATAK Pinoy, kasi ang Dagatan restaurant, we want to emphasize that it's a Filipino restaurant and bilao is a part of our
Excuse me.
Filipino restaurant.
Now, I noticed that in the menu, I came here last week, yeah, and you told me that you have a promo by the end of December. Ano ba yung promo na yon, Irene?
Yeah, we do have our festive season buffet. Actually, it will last until 31st December. So, kung gusto niyo mag-spend ng New Year's Eve sa amin, please do so. It's 49 dirhams and it's like bottomless iced tea and of course, rice. Alam mo naman mga Filipino, we love rice.
Yon. Kaya nga, tingnan mo yung waistline natin, no? Part of CEP, Cholesterol Enrichment Program. Irene, ito yung, during the opening, I noticed na yung nakaparid yung chef mo, di ba? Meron kang, what's that, fresh lumpia side, at may introduce ka ng butsi.
Yes.
Anong pagkakaiba nung butsi mo at saka yung sa ibang restaurants?
Yeah. I should say we are the first and the only butchi because we call it subushi. Actually, ang style is like sushi, pero hindi siya matamis at hindi siya matigas sa labas. Usually, pagkakain tayo ng butchis, meron siyang parang munggo sa loob. Sa amin, iba. But I will not tell you guys. You have to come and visit us.
Oh, that's a challenge on their part.
Yes.
Come to believe it and taste to believe it more.
Yes.
Ang ganda naman ng style nito. Kaya nga, tingnan mo nga yung mga kaibigan natin, parang nagugutom na sila. Kaya,
Yeah. And also, ang isa rin sasabihin ko sa inyo guys, kami lang din po ang seafood restaurant na no MSG. We have 100% free MSG. MSG is
yung asin na,
yes.
okay.
It's like, hindi kasi maganda sa health natin ng MSG. So, kahit na wala kaming MSG, gosh, it's a mouth-watering food that I can be proud of.
Ano ba talaga yung specialty ng dagat-dagatan?
If I were to ask, ang paborito
Give
ko...
us two, yung topmost.
Number one is the seafood kare-kare.
Seafood
It's
kare-kare.
awesome. It's fantastic. Di ba tayo mga Filipino, we love seafoods. So, lahat ng klase ng seafoods nando doon, but by way of the cooking it through kare-kare. And the second one is, since we are all not 100% seafood restaurant, we have our so-called beef sisig. And please guys, pag natikman nyo ang beef sisig namin, makakalimutan nyo na kung ano pangalan nyo.
Nako, careful ka. Pag matikman ni John Luna yan, lulutuin na niya kinabukasan. Oo.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Irene, I'm sure you are aware that Filipinos are also price sensitive, especially those who don't have financial freedom. Alam mo ba yung pagkaka-diferensya ng those with financial freedom and those without financial freedom? Yung mga merong financial freedom kasi, they don't look at the right side of the menu. Di ba? So, diretso na agad. Yung mga price ba natin, kayang-kaya ng normal OFW?
Yung isa pang mapagmamalaki ko sa Dagatan restaurant, whether you have a financial freedom or you don't have a financial freedom, you can eat in our restaurants. Kasi talaga pong napakamura with a 4-star ambience, 4-star hotel ambience. So, ako kumakain ako doon, hindi kasi ako nagluluto eh. So, ginagawa ko, yung pagkain na I should say mga 20 dirhams I spend because meron tayong libreng rice and bottomless iced tea. So, ginagawa ko yung, kasi malaking portion para sa akin eh. So, I'm spending like 20 dirhams. Paborito ko tortang talong. Isa sa mga paborito ko tortang talong.
Yun nga, sinubukan ko yung tortang talong.
Ang laki.
Masarap.
Kasi malaki siya. Ang kakaibang talong kasi malaki. So, hinahati ko siya. Yung dinner ko yung kalahati, then yung kalahati breakfast ko.
Ano ba yung normal hours of operation ng dagat-dagatan?
Yeah, actually we serve, meron kasi kaming international buffet on the breakfast sa in-house guest and then the lunch. But we still do serve our dagat-dagatan.
International buffet on breakfast.
And
What
lunch.
kung Pinoy yung pupunta? Meron bang para sa Pinoy also?
Yes, we do cater for a separate menu. Sabihin nyo lang na you want to eat in Dagat-Dagatan restaurant, so they're gonna give you a separate menu.
I was informed that the company that owns the Dagatan restaurant, hindi lang pala restaurant, meron pa kayong mga private rooms, function rooms,
Yes,
di ba?
apo.
So why don't you tell them that you have function rooms as well for any celebration?
Yes, guys. Mga kabayan, kasi mahilig tayo sa party-party eh. I do encourage you to visit us and talk to us kung meron kayong mga plans of engaging a party, and we will make a menu for you na mag-fit sa budget ninyo. And we have rooms like 100 packs up to 300 packs.
Irene, maraming salamat for joining us here at TATAK Pinoy. Always remember, what's hot? Dagat-dagatan. What's new? Dagat-dagatan. You have to see and taste it for you to enjoy. Maraming salamat for joining us here at TATAK Pinoy. Irene, thank you.
Tara na mga kabayan, kain na
Eating
po.
time. Welcome back to another segment of our podcast, TATAK Pinoy, Loud and Proud. Moonlight, Bright Light. At kasama natin today ang isa sa pinagtitilian na radio personality ng Pinas Music Zone, si John Luna Bisayang Dako as well. John, would you like to say hi to your fans there, your friends?
Fans talaga. Well, hello everyone. Thank you for having me here in TATAK Pinoy Podcast, and it's really an honor. Thank you, by the way, Sir Rick, for having me here.
An architect by day, a radio personality by night, and not only that, he is a father of 2 kids and a faithful husband. Faithful ba talaga?
Of course, you have to.
How would you spend 24 hours?
I normally spend my 24 hours at work. After that, when I go home, I usually do my radio show in the evening time. And of course, in my spare time, I have to spend time with my family, and my wife is there. We're actually living in Sharjah as well.
Your wife is always busy cooking, right?
Yes.
So, medyo
So am I.
hindi ka binabantaan. Marunong ka ba magluto?
Of course, I have.
Tingnan natin. Pupunta ako sa bahay mo kung kailangan, kung pwede mo ko ipagluto ng paksiw.
No, that's a good thing about being married. You have to share chores, household chores.
Oh, that's very good. That's a win-win deal. Yeah?
Yes, it is.
Sharing of responsibilities. John, before you work as an architect here, ano ba yung una mong trabaho dito? Naka-experience ka ba magtrabaho ng iba namang sector aside from being an architect?
No, the thing here is when I came here in the UAE, I actually came as a working visa.
Okay.
So that was like 10 years ago. I came here in Dubai through a working visa. I was hired by the same company where I was working until now.
Oh, that's very good. So no difficulty or whatsoever.
There might be, but I cannot compare it to the other kababayans for sure. I had difficulties way back in the Philippines because they are trying to scrutinize all my documents that time. But, well, it has to be luck for sure that I came here and to work in the UAE.
Now, let's talk about your part-time.
Yes.
Your sideline, the moonlighting side of John Luna, which is being a radio personality. You know, in the Philippines, it's very hard for a person to land a job in the broadcast industry if you don't have a voice.
Exactly, I agree with that.
You can never be trained kung walang mag-recommend sa'yo.
Exactly.
That's the hardest part of it. Yung padrino system ba?
Exactly.
And dito, you told me that in the Philippines wala kang background sa broadcast. Paano ka napunta sa Pinas Music Zone?
No, what happened, it's not really na walang experience. Way back when I was in college, when I was still a student, a friend of mine, a radio jock, told me that, oh, you have the edge. You can be a radio jock. I was actually trained for a couple of months. And then it's kind of hard to balance, radio and studies. So I had to drop one, and I concentrated with architecture, and that's it. When I came here in the UAE, there was a chance for me to go on and to pursue my passion, and there it is. I landed as a radio jock in PMC.
Iba pala tayo because during my time, I started working on radio when I was in my first year college.
Yes.
And I was asked by the program director to select work or study.
And you
And I pick
work.
work.
Oh God.
Kasi, di ba, pag nasa Pilipinas tayo, you have the limelight. You name it. Girls will listen to you.
Yes.
During concerts, you will be the MC, you will be the host, and concerts, nandun ka sa harap, no? So that is the advantage there. You have the limelight. And here also, I was observing the way you host and MC shows from concerts to press conference.
Yes.
Binabayaran ka ba? Curious lang ako. Kasi ang dami nitong mga events company na
Exactly.
hindi nagbabayad ng talent, di ba? Lalo na pag hindi kumita yung concerts nila, no? Papatayan ka ng telepono niya.
Yes. If you remember, in fact, I had a couple of calls. Nagsusumbong ako sa'yo.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
there were times really that some organizers don't pay us.
Exactly.
But most of it are actually paid because, of course, you're tendering your talent, your skill, your time, and they have to pay it. They have to pay us for that, of course. But eventually, there are times, of course, that you have to give in as well. For example, if you have a charity event,
Well, especially if it's a community
service. Yes.
Events from the Philippine consulate, you don't expect payment for that.
Exactly. You have to give back.
In
That's
fact,
your
you spend money from your pocket just
Yes.
to help the worthy cause.
Yes.
And that is the advantage there. You find joy in helping events that would benefit the community as well. Now, John, ano ba yung benefits mo as a radio personality? Ano ba yung perks, no? Aside from being paid hosting? Ito, wag kang magsisinungaling.
Yeah.
Tingnan natin. We will test his honesty. Wala bang tumawag sa iyo dyan na, "Hi, John, Lola."
Okay, honestly, I think I told you before.
Oh, hindi mo ako sinabihan yan, ha?
I did.
Baka iba si Raymond siguro, yung isa mong idol.
No, because being an online jock had its benefit.
Okay.
Everywhere they can listen to you everywhere, internationally. So I had a listener before from New Zealand.
Yung tinatawag na indecent proposal.
Hindi naman.
Oh,
Nagpapadala lang ng chocolates.
Chocolates lang ba?
Yeah, when they send chocolates, okay, I'll claim the chocolate and then I'll have my wife eat it.
Oh, okay. So,
Sasabihin ko lang
your
sa
wife
asawa.
will benefit from your
Yes, of
effort.
course.
Yeah, okay.
At meron din akong isang listener before in Sharjah. She specifically delivered 3 kilos of fish
Okay. For you.
for us,
Okay,
for the
for-
family. So she knows I have a family.
Okay.
So dahil nga daw yung amo niya is fisherman sa
Ano ba ang gagawin kayo ni John Luna kung merong lalapit na maganda, katulad ni April kaganda, single and ready to mingle. Tapos sasabihin na, "John Luna,
Yes.
you know, my prayer has been answered. I have you now.
Come on, Sir Rico, you're putting me on the spot.
How would you react on that situation?
It's very easy. You
Yeah,
just
okay.
have to say no, of course. As easy as that.
Are you sure?
I had experiences before when
Okay.
I was a bit younger.
Okay.
I can say no.
Now that you're older, so what would be the answer?
That doesn't matter. It's
Oh,
the same story. I could
How
still
would you
say-
answer the girls if they will ask you, "John, are you married?
Yes, I am. Straight in the face.
Are you sure?"
Yes, I am.
I thought you were gonna say, "Does it matter?"
No, I think that's what is important. You have to be faithful to
Yeah,
your
exactly.
family, to your wife.
That's why marriage is not a word.
Yes.
It is a sentence. It's a life sentence. But the beauty of being given the life sentence is you will enjoy.
Exactly.
You know, it's nice. The feeling is nice to have somebody take care of you.
And vice versa,
Look
by the
after.
way.
Exactly. That's why marriage is a win-win deal.
It is.
John, we have a lot of young generations who would like to be DJs. Right? What advice can you give to them?
First of all, you have to find your passion. Make sure that you have what it is, and make sure that you've got the talent, of course. Talent has to be there.
Of course.
And of course, it's very hard to train a person if you don't have it already in yourself. Second is you have to make sure that you are, I think, well-read, and you are very knowledgeable of what you're saying. Because if you are a radio jock or if you're a radio personality, whatever you say, people just easily believes in what you say. So make sure that
Exactly.
you've got to be responsible.
Exactly.
And for sure, we have to consider sometimes being a radio jock is just, it might be a hobby or a passion, but at the same time, lagi mong isipin, titingnan mo sa kabila, will it help me? Will it benefit me in the future? Makakatulong ba to sa akin, let's say financially? So why are you going to devote your time and effort if wala namang pagpapupuntahan? So you have to make sure na meron ding mabe-benefit sa'yo, at the same time you're fulfilling your own passion and yung gusto mo.
John, I'm sure you also observe a lot of people here in the United Arab Emirates as an architect and as a radio personality. Marami ka rin na kahalubilo na mga Pinoy na still struggling financially, even if they work here for more than 10 years. Ano kaya ang dahilan bakit until now they are still struggling financially?
First and foremost, it has to come from yourself. Lagi kong iniisip kasi, meron akong nabasa way back then when I was still college. Sabi nga, if you love your work, you work no more. For work for you is not a work, but a mere pleasure. Make sure that you find that pleasure kasi if you find that passion within you, if you find that pleasure within you, sunod-sunod na yan, magkakaroon ka ng promotion, magkakaroon ka ng increment sa salary, you'll get the benefits that you are, that you deserve.
What about the spending habits?
Mahirap talaga ang spending habit. Kasi alam natin, pag Pinoy, hindi naman, I'm not generalizing, but
Not all,
but maybe because there are a lot of things that we did not experience back home, that we did not get back home, and then when we come to a country like this, whereas everything is provided and everything is available, you just need to spend. But make sure also, if you're going to spend, make sure that you've got a little bit of saving. May natutunan ako nga pala earlier sa talk with Miss Prado.
Okay.
You have to allocate something for yourself and for your family, and I think that's it.
The problem with us is the saving of the funds that we have here. Kasi not all, but most, instead of saving 30% of your salary, baliktad ang nangyayari, no?
It's the opposite.
Yung 70% na dapat expenses mo, no? Yun ang inuna nila. Kaya imbis na meron ng 30% na nakasave, wala nang matira, no? So kung ano na lang yung natira, yun na lang ang savings. And the normal scenario, walang natira at the end of the month. Kaya we still see people 15 years, 20 years here.
By the way, I've been here for 10 years. Hindi lang naman kasi sa pera din minsan ang isi-save mo. Sometimes people save for investments.
Yeah, exactly.
So instead of you saving an amount, you can also invest that in the Philippines. Let's say for example, bibili ka ng lupa, hinuhulugan mo rin siya, or you have a house, your what do you call this? Your nagdideposito ka rin doon every month. That's also saving.
That's why it's better for an OFW to attend a financial literacy program.
Yes.
And that is the answer.
It is. What we need is knowledge, actually.
John, it's a pleasure to have you with us here in TATAK Pinoy.
Thank you very much, Sir Rick. Thank you.
I'm sure na maraming natutunan yung mga kapatid nating OFWs. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome back to this segment of the podcast, No Pain, No Gain. Ito yung life story ng mga OFWs na naka-experience ng hardship dito sa UAE. Kasama po natin ngayon ang isa sa mga successful safety engineers here in the United Arab Emirates na medyo malaki na ang sahod ngayon, pero dati hirap na hirap. I'm talking about Engineer REDEL Padilla. Batiin natin yung mga babaeng guest. Hindi lang babae, of course, lalaki, pati lalaki. So, in general, batiin natin lahat.
Okay, mapagpalang araw po sa lahat. Ito po, dito po ako with Rico, sa TATAK Pinoy. Salamat po. Karangalan po para sa akin po ang maimbitahan po dito para din makapag-share. Saka, papaunlakan. Salamat.
Redel, nung nagkita tayo, nabanggit mo sa akin yung hardship mo dito sa Dubai. So, ano yung unang trabaho natin dito sa United Arab Emirates?
Rick, way back 2009, kami mag-asawa nandito dati. Pareha kami visit visa. Ngayon...
Anong sabi mo? Kayong mag-asawa?
Yes.
Akala ko single ka pa, mali pala ako
Way back 2009.
Kuwan pa lang yan.
Kauna-unahan kung mag-abroad po noon. At saka siyempre, may natawag tayo na, pag tourist visa ka lang, usually 1 month lang yung dati. Ngayon, para maiwasan mo yung exit ng exit, kailangan mo magkaroon ng visa o para magkaroon ka ng employment. Rick, alam mo, nag-umpisa ako dyan dati, Rick, sa sweldong 1,500 only.
1,500?
Na kung saan...
Kasya na ba yun? Dalawa kayo mag-asawa dito?
Well, ang asawa ko nung panahon na yon, nagtatrabaho din siya sa secretary lang muna din. So, sa amin, kung ano lang ang meron dati, mapagkakasya yon. Mapagkakasya naman namin. Pero sadyang hirap, sadyang sinasabi, napakahirap po. Kaya wala kang yung pag nag-uumpisa ka kasi, wala kang talagang designated na sinasabi na kung ano talaga ang position mo. Basta all around ka na pwede ka na lang utusan.
Wala ka talagang magagawa?
Wala kang magagawa.
No choice?
Wala. Kailangan
so, 1,500 yung
sweldo.
Sweldo natin.
Yes. Way back
So,
2009.
Ano ba yung pinaka-mahirap na experience mong nadanas dito sa United Arab Emirates?
Ang isa na hindi ko talaga makalimutan yung patuloy ka nag-i-exit. Exit ka na exit lalo sa Kish Iran dati, kung maalala nyo po yun. Siguro ang lahat naman ng mga OFW nakaranas po ng gano'n, ng kahit doon sa Buraimi dati sa Oman.
Buraimi. Ako naka-exit daw 7 times.
Yun ang pinakamahirap na experience namin. Dahil kasi doon walang income, patuloy ka nagbabayad sa araw-araw na lang ng hotel mo, pagkain mo pa. Tapos yung pagbalik mo dito, hindi pa sigurado kung may papasukan kang trabaho. So yun ang pinakamahirap.
During your life as exiter, tawagin na natin exiter, no? Hindi ka ba nahihirapan doon na hindi sigurado kung kailan darating yung visa mo? Hindi ka ba nahihirapan na, ano bang kakainin ko sa araw-araral, this week? Especially, you are not even sure kung kailan darating yung visa mo.
Well, alam mo sa akin, Rick, yung nung nag-i-exit ako dati, siguro sadyang may plano ang Panginoon kung bakit nandun ako dati. Dada kasi doon, yun yung pagkakataon ko na makapagserbisyo para sa Panginoon. Naging gitarista ako dati sa mga Bible study. Hindi namin alam kung saan lalapit, pero yung pagpapala ng Panginoon kusang dumarating yan.
Totoo ba yung sinabi mo sa akin na halos nahihirapan kang maghanap ng pera sa pagkain nyo during your exit? Totoo ba yun?
Totoo yun, Rick. Dahil kasi nataon pa nun, Rick, pareha pa kami mag-asawa na sabay kami nag-exit sa Kish noon. So, wala kaming kamag-anak dati dito. May mga kaibigan man kami, pero mga hirap din. So, basta na isosurvive lang din naman namin. Basta yung pananampalataya mo lang sa Panginoon, nandun lang palagi.
Ang advantage lang kasi ng mga Pilipino, anywhere nagtutulungan di ba? Halimbawa, mag-ambag-ambag, tender hands para meron tayong pagkain, di ba? Yun lang ang advantage.
Ginagawa natin yan doon para yung, halimbawa, mag-ambagan, tapos kami ang namamalingki ng mga lalaki, tapos nagluluto para sa mga kabayan natin doon, para makasurvive lang. So, yun ang nangyayari. Yun ang mga experience na hindi ko makakalimutan sa buhay.
So, meron ka talaga mga friends na tinatawag natin na only in good times, but in bad times, they're nowhere to be found. Meron ka bang mga friends like that before?
Totoo yun. Parang like, meron talaga. Kaya sa ngayon, umiiwas na lang din ako. Umiiwas na lang din ako. Bakit ka mo? May mga pagkakataon kasi na nandyan sila pag meron ka. Naranasan natin lahat yan Hindi ka talaga tunay na OFW kung hindi mo maranasan yung hirap dito. Believe me. Kaya sa akin, medyo iwas lang at namimili po ako. Ang unang-unang hinahanap ko ngayon yung mga kaibigan na may takot sa Diyos at may mga sinasabing mga pangarap sa buhay. Hindi yung nag-enjoy lang.
Yun ang tinatawag na pogi. Presence of God inside. Yun ang importante. Redel, after that, you studied safety, right? I can still remember na mahirap yun considering that you have to shell out 5,000 dirhams just to enroll in the safety course. So, sabi mo na nahihirapan kang maghanap ng kaperahan during that time. So saan ka kumuha ng pambayad ng 5,000 dirhams na in-enroll mo sa Diploma on Safety and Fire Engineering?
Sa amin nun, Rick, tulungan kami mag-asawa. Nangyari po sa amin na nagpa-part-time kami maglinis ng bahay. Tapos ako kasi marunong din ako magmasahe. Sayang din, yun ang mga padahan-dahan.
Nagmasahe ka dati?
Na mga panan din, Pilipino. Oho, nangyari po yun. Kasi kailangan mo makasurvive. Kailangan mo makasurvive at saka kailangan mong lumaban. So ayun, para yun, makapag-ipunan yung bawat Friday na para makapagpunta ka ng Dubai para mag-training. Na ikaw naman, nairaos naman at natapos naman siya.
Alam mo, marami tayong mga friends who also enrolled in safety courses, but not all of them are successful like you. Receiving 35,000 dirhams a month, free education for kids, free house. Yun ang perks na hindi na-enjoy ng iba. Alam mo, na-notice na may mga Pilipino, ang daming Pilipino na when they receive higher salary, mas gusto pa nila yung mga gadget, di ba? They don't really invest on trainings. So, ano bang pwede mong maipapayo doon sa mga kababayan natin who are looking for a greener pasture?
Ang kwan lang, ang sayang kasi ang ginawa ko, hindi ako yung tulad ng iba na kumita lang ng mga 10,000 to 15,000 na kontento na. Okay? Inuna yung gadget kisa sa pag-aaral. Ang sa akin kasi, Rick, mas inuna ko po yung, may kasabihan tayo, you need to make yourself expensive. By what means? Yung patuloy kang nag-aaral.
Tama yun.
So sa akin, no, natapos ko yung sa engineering ko na yun, tapos nag-proceed into a masteral, tapos nag-PhD, yan, tuloy-tuloy ko na siya.
Imagine, from a mere safety officer, you rose from the rank, ngayon, malaki na ang sahod. I think better if you invite also Filipinos to take the safety course. Para ito yung shortcut, di ba? Kasi ang dami kasing field of specialization na kailangan mo pang mag-aral ng 6 months, 1 year, or even 2 years. Di ba? But with safety officer course, 5 weeks lang, 5 Fridays. Lalo na yung kaibigan nating si Brian Gatdula sa Delta Safe, di ba? Kaya, that is a good decision. So, why don't you invite our friends?
Yes, karangalan ko po yun na imbitahan po yung mga kababayan natin. Ang pagiging safety kasi, sa health, safety, and environmental kasi, hindi nangangailangan na kailangan maging inhinyero ka o maging engineer ka. Kahit anong kurso, pwede po kayo magtrabaho nito. Advantage lang po yun sa mga ibang engineer talaga, kaya naging safety engineer. Pero pariha lang po ang trabaho noon ng safety officer at saka engineer. At sa ang isa pang pinaka-the best noon, maganda ang bigayan.
O, yun.
At saka saglit lang yun, mga 5 Fridays lang yun during your, sinasabi na bawat linggo may tinatawag tayong off. Bakit hindi mo na lang i-google yun sa pag-aaral na kung saan darating ang panahon yan na magiging bread and butter mo para sa pamilya?
Yun, tama yun, di ba? That would change your future. Nagdaan ka sa hirap. And I'm sure you know of some OFWs who are still financially struggling until this date, di ba? Anong pwede mong advice na may bigay sa mga OFWs na naghihirap pa rin?
Okay. Ang advice ko dyan, dahil naranasan ko din, okay, ang gusto ko lang magpansana sa mga OFW, dapat mamulat tayo. Unang-una, wag po kayong gumastos ng higit sa income ninyo. Umiiwas po kayo sa credit.
Tama!
Mga gadgets, ako, Rick, gumagamit nga ako ng isang cellphone na walang camera. Mumura. Pero may kakayahan naman akong bumili ng anong mamahalin. Dahil kasi sa awa ng Panginoon, naabot na rin natin yun.
Oh, syempre, di ba? Maganda yun na...
Pero mas pipiliin kasi natin maging simple lang. At saka, syempre, isipin natin palagi yung responsibilidad natin. Lalo at may mga pamilya din tayo sa Pilipinas.
Yun ang maganda, di ba? Maganda yung may ipon tayo kahit walang iPhone.
Totoo yun.
Di ba? May laman ang wallet kahit walang tablet. Yan ang importante. Di ba? So, Redel, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm sure merong natutunan yung mga viewers natin. In behalf of TATAK Pinoy, the podcast, loud and proud, maraming salamat.
Salamat din, sir. Salamat. Karangalan.
Welcome to Upline Downline. Alam mo, tuwing banggitin natin yung dalawang words na yan, there's only one industry that would immediately crop up in our minds: multi-level marketing, direct selling, or networking. Kasama po natin ngayon ang isa sa pinakamayaman sa MLM na tinatawag nating UNO. Si Mr. Rene Capua. Ren, batiin muna natin yung mga, hindi lang yung downline mo, pero yung mga viewers natin, batiin natin.
Okay, magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat, sa mga nanonood. Welcome to TATAK Pinoy.
Gusto ko yung hairstyle mo ngayon. Yan ang tinatawag na HIV look, di ba? hair is vanishing, pero makapal ang wallet. Yun ang maganda. Ren, how long have you been with the networking industry?
Siguro around 6 years.
6 years na rin. Pero ano yung unang trabaho mo dito sa Dubai before you ventured into multi-level marketing?
Nag-work ako sa mall as a visual merchandiser.
Magkano ang sahod natin noon?
Around 2,500.
2,500. Ilang years ka nag-receive ng 2,500?
That was around siguro mga 3 years.
3 years. So, yung increase niyan is very minimal, right? Compared to what you are getting now as the upline of, the great upline of UNO, financial freedom. That's what we are here for, di ba? Yun ang magandang outcome for joining multi-level marketing. Ito, ano yung unang, okay lang kung banggitin natin kasi friends naman natin yung iba eh.
Sigurado.
Oo, akong bahala. Ano yung unang, ano yung unang network marketing company na sinalihan natin?
Yung kailangan ba talaga? Sige, sabihin natin.
Sige, sabihin natin.
Yung company na may aloe vera.
Okay, sige. Okay. So, yung company na may aloe vera, ano yung, magkano yung residual income or passive income na pinakamalaking natanggap mo when you join the company?
Simula ko muna sa pinakamaliit.
Okay.
Start ako sa 300 dirhams.
Okay.
Yun lang siya. Then umabot din ako sa 8,000.
A month. Oh, not bad.
Not bad.
Because you're doing it part-time. Kaya nga nila, it's a part-time job with a full-time income. Yun lang ang beauty ng network marketing. Because you can, the risk is very low, di ba? And then the investment is also low and you can do it during your free time. Yun lang ang maganda kasi. Now, bago ka dumating dito sa UNO, which is your present multi-level marketing, ilan bang multi-level marketing ang nasalihan natin?
Well, actually, that's the first one. And ito yung sumunod. Ito yung UNO Premier. So, yun yung pangalawang nasalihan ko. And, of course, chinek ko muna kaagad kung ano ba yung background, parameters of the company and everything, who's the people behind, and what is the product of the company. So, I have to make sure kasi I don't want to fail. Yun
Of course. Kaya siguruhan talaga natin na is the company really existing?
Yeah.
May permit ba yan? May product ba yan? And then you think of the compensation plan as well.
Exactly.
Diba? Ngayon, dito sa bago mong multi-level marketing, magkano ang una mong check residual income?
The first check ko actually is hindi siya nakaka-inspire kasi it's only 95 dirhams.
95 dirhams.
Hindi siya nakaka-inspire.
But your present check,
my current check, yung pinaka-latest ko is 112,000 dirhams.
a month, 112,000 a month.
Last month lang, we received also 153. Yun.
So, 2 months in a row.
Yeah.
Sabi nga nila, mahirap yung, in network marketing, it's also very risky. You know why? Kasi pwede kang mag-establish ng poultry daw dyan eh. Alam mo yung poultry?
Ano poultry?
With a chick here and a chick there. Here a chick, there a chick. I hope you're not like that.
Hindi naman po, hindi naman.
Yung iba kasi, no, especially kung hindi ka pogi, di ba? Maganda yung pogi ka, presence of God inside, kasi hindi mo, iniisip yung bagay na yan.
Iniisip ko kung Rico yung pangalan ko.
Ganoon ba? Buti na lang, umalis na yung Rico na yan, kaya hindi natin pabalikin dyan. So, ano yung pinaka-difficult situation you face when it comes to multi-level marketing? Ano ba yung mga common rejections that normally people will have?
Normally kasi pag kinakausap mo yung mga tao, ang una agad nila sasabihin, alam na nila, scam yan,
Okay.
hindi totoo yan.
May sakit silang IKEA, di ba?
Yung,
I know everything already.
Tama. So, ako naman, ako yung nakakaunawa, of course, I just, parang nililet go ko lang kasi hindi naman sila yung tao na nagpapakain or nagsusustento sa pamilya ko. So, I have to continue. I have to persevere. I have to continue exactly kung ano man yung ginagawa ko dito.
Yun kasi ang problema because people, when they are offered of the opportunity to grow, they are on fire the first month. No? Especially, power! Power yan! And then, when they realize the hardship of achieving your dreams, I scold na after the 5th month kasi nafe-feel nila yung pressure, di ba?
Tama.
So, in your case, I'm sure as the number one of UNO, maraming nagpapirate din sa'yo.
Exactly.
Di ba? So, meron ba tayong mga offer dyan sa mga iba-ibang...
Oo, marami.
Marami.
Napakadami.
Okay.
They're trying to...
You maintain focus.
Of course.
Focus. Yun ang importante. Follow one course until successful. Focus. Yan po ang sekreto.
Tama.
Why do you think a lot of people failed in network marketing, Ren?
First of all, they think it's only a part-time. Yun lang talaga. Kasi iniisip lang nila, extra income lang siya. Pero hindi nila alam, pwede palang baguhin yung buhay mo pagdating sa itong klase ng negosyo. Unang-una, komportable kasi sila sa sweldo nila dito sa UAE. Ang hindi nila alam, uuwi pa rin sila sa Pilipinas para magsimula ulit. Okay? So dito, sa maraming nagtatry na pumasok sa network marketing, and normally, nagpipail talaga sila kasi hindi nila siniseryoso. Hindi nila sinasabuhay talaga yung business. Kasi ako naniniwala ako na kahit anong bagay ang ginagawa mo, just focus on it. Yung sinabi mo nga kanina. And just, of course, rely ka muna kay God. Ipag-pray mo siya, yun yung number 1 talaga. Na kailangan, ito na talaga. I mean, you focus on exactly on what you're doing. And normally, talagang marami yung nag-iisip na hindi ako para dito, hindi ako para dyan. Para saan tayo? Para sa employment? Diba? Hindi naman talaga tayo magiging...
Wala talaga.
Diba?
And one thing more is the upbringing that we receive from our parents as well.
Tama.
Diba? You still remember the time when we were still young, diba? Anak, mag-aral ka para pag mag-graduate ka na, magkaroon ka ng trabaho, diba? On the other hand, lang yung mga kay Chinese, look at the way they raise their kids. Sabi na, anak, mag-aral ka para pag-graduate mo, may negosyo ka.
Exactly.
So, a totally different approach of raising the kids. And network marketing is another approach for you to achieve your dreams. Kasi kung sweldo lang talaga rin, would you believe that nothing will happen, right?
I really believe. Kasi once na tumaas ang sweldo mo, tataas kasi yung expenses mo. Okay? First, lahat tayo, we have a food, shelter, and clothes. If you have a better salary, of course, you have a better food, better shelter, and better clothes. So, it's exactly, umiikot ka lang, kung hindi mo alam sa tinatawag nating rat race. No? So, we have to change exactly of our mindset. We have to open our mind na madami ang opportunity at malamang pinagpipray mo pa kay Lord na dumating sa iyo yan. And it's knocking in your door, kaya lang baka ikaw kasi yung tao na akala mo positive ka, kaya lang negative ka pala. Okay? Well, telling you this one, okay, wala po akong nakitang tao na negative na naging successful.
Wala talaga. Kaya nga maraming poor, di ba? Passing over opportunities repeatedly. Kaya maraming poor. Ren, as a successful multi-level marketing specialist, ano ba yung advice na maibigay mo sa mga baguhan o gustong mag-join ng multi-level marketing?
Okay. Of course, kung gusto mo sumali sa network marketing, unang-unang tingnan mo kagad is the parameters of the company. Okay? Kasi marami po, totoo po, yung iniisip mo, naiisip ko na rin. Okay? Yung mga tao kasi na minsan naloloko, may mga tao minsan na nanloloko. Okay? So, dito po sa network marketing, pag check mo muna yung parameters, dun ka na dapat mag-execute ng desisyon.
Welcome back to Dubai Events Calendar. If you're always with the different Filipino events, I'm sure you will notice his face. Joining me today is the director of the recently concluded Bayanihan 2016 at saka PID 2016. I am talking about Mr. Tom Liado. Tom, welcome to TATAK Pinoy. Batiin natin yung mga friendship natin.
Una sa lahat, magandang hapon or gabi na ba?
Oo.
Sa mga
Depende kung
nanonood.
anong oras sila manonood.
Okay. Magandang hapon sa iyo, Kuya Rico.
Magandang hapon naman, Tom. And by the way, Tom, the main reason why I invited you is because you are one of those responsible for the Congen Cup 2016. And I believe that you are in the process of the Series 3 of Congen Cup, right?
Yes.
That means you're done with Series 1 and Series 2.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about this Congen Cup?
Well, speaking on Congen's Cup, our first Congen Cup, which is the Series 1, was held last September 2 this year. I mean, 2016.
Ano ba yung mga nilalaro doon?
And we had ball games, bowling, particularly a billiard and chess. And for the Series 2, which was held December 9, 2016, we had our badminton, dart, and the billiards. Oh no, a badminton, table tennis. To be correct.
So what do we expect on Series 3?
Well, we all look forward to having our Series 3, which will be held particularly this February, maybe probably end of the week of February. And we're going to have our ball games, which are the volleyball and the basketball.
Oh, that's very good. I'm sure people would love to join that. Alam nyo, hindi ako comfortable kay Tom today. Medyo serious na serious siya eh. Kasi I'm used to seeing him dancing. Yeah. By the way, Tom, aside from directing, is also a professional dance instructor. So, kung sabihin mo na, kaya ba yan sumayaw ng swing? Bigyan mo lang yan. What a difference a day makes. From start spreading the news, backstrap, kaya ni Tom. Relax, Tom. I want you to feel at home. Parang andyan lang tayo sa four corners na mayroong mga beat ba, di ba? Yung mga may foxtrot, may swing, may rumba, may cha-cha. Kaya feel at home and relax. Ano ba talaga yung purpose ng Congen Cup na yan?
Well, basically, the purpose of having Congen's Cup is to build camaraderie,
Okay.
bring unity, and encourage Philippine organization to, participate and involve yourself into what we're saying, community service.
Oh, that's very good.
And aside from those aims, we are also promoting health and awareness through sports.
I noticed, I was watching your poster earlier na it's actually a joint venture between PCG and Chimgler Events. And speaking of Chimgler, hi to Madam Emil and the inseparable engineer Cece.
Yes.
They're always sticking together like a glue.
Yes.
And not only that, Tom, you belong to the League of Filipino Gentlemen in Dubai, right?
Yes, I am.
So, ano ba yung composition ng organization nyo?
Well, Filipino Gentlemen is a group of Filipino gents which are particularly having the same purpose or the same aims, in which we are the backbone of Consul General.
Okay.
Helping him and doing such event which inviting all Philippine organizations to participate.
You're very lucky because this is actually the first time that PCG is involved in these sports activities.
Yes.
Meron lang akong isang concern, Tom. Organizing an event is not an easy task, right? Because you don't have the resources unless PCG will provide you the money.
Yeah.
Nagbibigay ba para sa prizes o hindi? Or you are asking for the support from the sponsors?
Well, we are all asking for the support of the sponsors.
Yun ang madugo kasi especially pag December na, mahirap yun, year-end yung budget, ubos na. So, ano ba normally yung pinakamahirap niyong nadanas as the organizer of the two series of events?
Well, when it comes to having this Congen's event, I believe as what you said a while ago, we are lack of funds. But thank God, naroon pa rin yung blessing na maging successful yung event. Kasi may mga magagandang loob.
Oh, especially when they realize that this is the brainchild of His Excellency Paul Raymond Cortez,
Yes,
di ba?
it is.
So it's a worthy cause.
Yes, it
Even me, kung ako yung marketing manager ng isang company, I will support this. Because this is a community service. This is not a money-making venture. Walang profit po ito.
Yes.
Alam mo, every time there is an event, meron talagang mga natitira, di ba? Yung mga perang natitira. Yung bang, halimbawa, if you organize event, pag merong natitirang pera, saan ba ito patutungo? Do you have another event or you're donating it to a specific course?
Our mechanics, lahat ng proceeds, the proceeds of the Congen Cup will be going to some distressed Filipino workers who are at the polo right now.
Kaya pala kayo yung nagbigay ng ticket.
Yes, we are sending
Ilan yung
to buy tickets.
Ilan yung napaalis nyo?
Probably, I think it's 4 or 5.
Oh, that's a worthy cause. So, Tom, napag-usapan natin yung Series 3, no? So, kailan ba ito mangyayari?
It will be held particularly on the last week of February this year.
Oh, okay.
Kasi marami pang aayusin, marami pang kailangan gawin, and we are expecting a lot of organization to fill up and join this coming event.
Hindi ba kayo nahihirapan to convince the organization to join?
I believe, hindi naman. Kasi pag sinabing Congen Cup, andun si Congen yung pangalan ng Congen natin. So everyone had the volunteerism to participate in this organization, in this event.
So, if ever there are, I'm sure there are organizations watching us today. So, sino ba yung kausapin nila kung gusto nila mag-join sa Congen Cup Series 3?
Well, sa mga organization na gustong sumali, just contact any of the members of the League of the Philippine Gentlemen, particularly our Vice Chair, which is Mr. Richard Silueta.
Yung Assistant Vice Principal namin. Okay.
Assistant Vice Principal in the Philippine School. Or myself, and of course...
What is your number? What is your number?
My number is 055-63-75483.
Balik, ulitin natin. Ulitin natin yung number mo para ma-register sa mind ng viewers.
Okay. Those who are interested to participate for the Congen Cup Series 3, you may contact me at 055-63-75483.
Okay, Tom, maraming salamat. It's a great pleasure to have you today. And we are looking forward to see you on Series 3 of the Congen Cup. Maraming salamat, Tom.
Maraming salamat, Kuya Rico. Maraming salamat, TATAK Pinoy.
TATAK Pinoy Loud and Proud, the podcast, is a production of TATAK Pinoy UAE. This is our own little way of showcasing the talent, skills, and professional capabilities of Filipinos in the United Arab Emirates. Special thanks to our guests who took time out to share their insights, sacrificing their time and energy to uplift the image of a true Filipino. The video coverage will never be a reality if not with the unwavering support of ANIMO Events.